Former and current CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, has finally received a knighthood from the royalty of England. Does that mean we have to call him Sir Bob? Well, it does mean that he paid billions of dollars to get there. Let's talk about how bribery works here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me is ethics and bribery expert, Mr. VashSky. Vash, how much money do I have to report on my tax return if I give something to one of my clients in order to get a job?
Ooh,
is that marketing expense or is that gifts over $25?
That might be gifts over $25 right there. Not quite sure, but hey, you know what? If I have enough money and if I, put it in the right places, then I can be netted too. And Jonas, I can then help you out officially and not know as much as I do now. That's great. Well, there you go. Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Like we've already spoiled the punchline on this one, but I'm gonna say it to you anyways. Disney CEO Bob Iger presented with honorary knighthood in ceremony presided by Prince William. This by Armando Tinoco of Deadline. Right here, Disney CEO Bob Iger was presented with an honorary knighthood. Prince William presented Iger with the post-nominal title of Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Oh my, that's a Moby. Congratulations, Bob, on becoming an honorary Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire at Windsor Castle today. Chief Brand Officer at the Walt Disney Company, Asad Ayaz, wrote on Instagram, along with a photo of Bob Iger. We've got a better view of that photo here. Let's go over here to the Boardwalk Times. There it is, right there. He's smiling. He's got a medal. That's a big medal, by the way. Also, John Williams was honored there as well. The honors for Iger and Williams were announced in 2022 while the late Queen Elizabeth II was still alive. At the time Iger found out he was receiving the honor, he took to social media to share some words. He said, "It is one of the greatest honors of my life to have the honorary Knight of the British Empire conferred on me by Queen Elizabeth II before she passed. I have great affection for the people of the UK and have always appreciated and been inspired by their extraordinary contributions." Iger posted that on X, the microblogging site formerly known as Twitter. He's not much of a Twitterer these days. That's fascinating. He looks up to Queen Elizabeth and the UK, except for his company tends to rag on Western civilization, despite Britain being the source of much of it. Now, I did say something about him bribing them. I don't mean that he literally bribed them. By that, I mean that he just paid them tons and tons of money in order to get it. It's a very clear difference. Vash, are you understanding the difference there?
I think so, because you know what? I remember those classic Bob Iger compositions along with John Williams right there. So clearly they aren't related.
He didn't watch Wrinkle in Time 5 times to be ignored by the British Queen, let me tell you. Disney's Europe head touts theatrical linear TV, cites Lion King as example of Disney advantage. This is an unusual headline here, but we'll get to it. This by, I'm going to say, George Zilai, global business editor for The Hollywood Reporter. The Walt Disney Company has put much effort into getting its creative juices flowing again since Bob Iger's return as CEO and recently fending off Nelson Peltz. Oh, look at that. There's a nice little line there. His conclusion, these differences have served us well over the past 100 years, and they set us up for continued growth in years to come. The executive pointed to The Lion King as a key example of this Disney advantage. I'm assuming he's talking about the film that came out in the mid-90s there because, Jon Favreau did check that box for them and made more than $1 billion. That might have been the last Disney film to actually be a success at the box office, actually. Or how about Peter Pan? I'm reminded of Peter and Wendy over there on Disney Plus. That didn't do so hot. Beauty and the Beast. Okay. Moana. They're going to be making at least 2 Moana films over the next 2 years. And the epic saga of Star Wars, expanding not just to movies, but TV series like The Mandalorian. You know what we're looking for here? We're looking for a number here. Where's the number, guys? Oh, there it is. A video screened before his appearance emphasized that over the past 5 years, Disney has spent £3.5 billion in the UK. In real money, that's $4.5 billion. I'm joking. That's a very Amerocentric view. Yes, pounds are real money if you are in the UK. It's monopoly money over here, but so it is vice versa over there. $4.5 billion US spent in the UK. And all he got for it was this nice medal and some kind words. Vash, What else has been the fruit of those $4.5 billion being spent in the UK?
Oh, well, I mean, you got the Lucasfilm projects because Pinewood obviously located in the UK. Also, too, Indiana Jones. We can add that to the roster right there. Now, maybe it didn't make the cut because of when it was actually produced and stuff like that for this timeline. But it came out of the UK there. What is it? All the Star Wars films. Rogue One, I'm guessing, is in there. Solo might be in there as well. Were there any? I know the article mentions Marvel, but were there any specific Marvel features?
Well, that would be the Marvels had to report all of their spend over there. The funny thing that 1.2 billion of that in particular is just The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker. So there's some question. I think Rise of Skywalker didn't really make money when you think about that they spent $600 million to make it. And no question in my mind that the $2 billion that they made over there on Force Awakens, yes, they did make money there. But the fascinating thing about the UK Companies House that keeps track of all these things is all of its public information. So we like to go over there and check on it every now and then and go see just how much money they're spending on things. This is how we already know, generally speaking, how much they spent on The Acolyte or how much they have spent on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, knowing that was easily a $400 million film and it can only go up from there. So the other thing about Bob Iger spending all this money in the UK is that we now know that none of the Disney movies that they make, maybe since 2019, have actually made any money.
That's a very good point. Well, the UK, it looks like, made money on that deal for sure. But it doesn't look like Disney made any money right there. And, when it comes to those, I do my currency in like bald eagles, I go for the real freedom right there. But those dollars looking a little light, but those euros looking a little heavy. By the way, great meme template if anybody's inclined right here on our screen.
That's a very good point. Oh, Bob. Anyways, there was a point at which Bob Iger did a lot of good things for the Walt Disney Company, like when he hired John Lasseter. And then he made the biggest mistake that he's probably made as the CEO of the company when he fired John Lasseter. But, to each his own. We want to throw this, of course, to our subscribers. Will you be spending $3.5 billion pounds in order to get your own knighthood one day? Let us know in the comment section down below. Of course, like this video if you like this video, and if you would consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.